Linda, the last we heard, there have been some developments there at the border regarding arrests made by the SANDF. If you could bring us up to speed with what's happening there.
Well, indeed, Tammy, throughout the day, we really have been tracking the pattern of those who are using this damaged fence coming in and out of South Africa. And it seems some don't really get to make it back to Zimbabwe as they try and go into South Africa to buy some of those goods. As you can see, the SANDF still patrolling the borderline. And what we're seeing here is that they've made arrests of about 46 people, we're told. So at this point, these are all the people still carrying their luggage here, arrested. A couple of moments ago, what we're seeing is the SANDF also taking some of their details as they try to understand exactly who they are, where they were going, and why they're using this fence in particular. But I'm just going to try to speak to one of them. We're not going to show you their faces because they still haven't appeared in court. But let's try to get a sense then of what exactly happened here. Mama, ngiyabonga for isikhathi sakho. Mhlambe sichazele ukuthi ubuya kuphi, kwenzakaleni ukuze uboshwe. All right, it looks like she can't speak to us at this moment, Tammy. I'm going to try to move to someone else who will give us a sense maybe of why they were arrested, where they were coming from, and the circumstances surrounding that. Thank you so much for your time. You're one of the people that are arrested. And before you answer me, I'd like you to put on your mask. You're one of the people that are arrested here. You certainly did not make it back home in Zimbabwe. Where were you going, and why use this particular route?
We're going to Zimbabwe, coming from Shell Garage. We shop groceries and stuff from Shell Garage, then we go to Zimbabwe.
What do you do with it?
Sometimes these things are for home stuff, safe, pots and stuff. Things are expensive in Zimbabwe. So we come to South Africa to buy goods, then we go back.
So this is an opportunity for you to make a living, maybe?
Yeah, because things are tough. We won't buy anything in Zimbabwe because things are expensive.
Talk to me about the living conditions. You say that things are quite expensive in Zimbabwe. What is it like living in Zimbabwe during this lockdown? And when you look at a country like South Africa that has now opened its borders, what is it like living in Zimbabwe during this time?
I wish if I had some money and stuff, I'll come and live in South Africa, because in Zimbabwe, I don't think I can survive. Things are tough.
Let's talk about getting documentation and coming into South Africa properly. Do you have the documentation for when, South Africa or Zimbabwe opens its borders and opens international travel? Are you going to be able to use the border gate?
Yeah, we'll be able to use the border gate. We have the passports, we have everything. But the border is closed. If they open the border, we'll be able to come here to buy goods, which is on the road. What do they call it? Pamtemo, Pachona. They will come and buy goods here to use in border, then we'll go back to Zimbabwe properly.
So now that you're arrested, what does this mean for your business and what does it mean for your family? Because you say that you're buying these goods to sell them in Zimbabwe so that you can feed your family.
I don't know the further step, but I'll be looking if they have mercy, they let us go, because things are tough. Just understand that things are hard in Zimbabwe. If they open the border, we use the border. But for now, this is the only way we can use to come to South Africa.
Is it the first time you're using it?
No, I live in Bedbridge. I always come daily. Sometimes I can even come here to buy bread, you see.
Let's talk about your safety. We're told that this area is not safe. When you walk around here on a daily basis, you need someone at least who knows it. And you're telling me right now that you're used to coming here. Are you not concerned also about your safety?
Yeah, I'm concerned about my safety. But if I stay in Zimbabwe, what will I earn? I won't get anything. So I have to come. I will meet the Gumagumas in the booth. They will talk. If they meet us, they will take money. If they don't, it's a luck for us. They will reach to Messina, will buy our goods. Then we'll come back.
What would you like to see happen in Zimbabwe? I mean, what is your message to the Zimbabwean government regarding how you're living right now? You say that if you had money, you would come and live in South Africa. But what would you like the Zimbabwean government to do to make your life a little bit easier?
For the meantime, I can say they should open a border for us. If they can just open the border, maybe sometimes we can come and check things for the meantime. I'm not saying it's okay, but if they open the border, we can manage. We can come and buy goods here, going back. You don't know what will happen to other people who will be living in South Africa, in Harare, Gweru. They will be coming here, buy goods here, you see.
All right, there you have it, Tammy. That's one of the guys that's arrested here at the border, speaking really about the circumstances and the reason why perhaps he has been arrested, saying that life in Zimbabwe is very difficult, and that's why they're resorting to this fence that you're seeing on this side. We're told that a truck will be coming to collect them, and I'm assuming this is the truck that's coming because more arrests were made further down the road as many people try to go in and out of Zimbabwe during this time. You heard the gentleman there saying the circumstances are difficult. If they do stay in Zimbabwe, what exactly are they going to eat? It seems this is a bit of a little bit of an inconvenience, but something that he will manage given the fact that there are, of course, long-term consequences when it comes to feeding his family. He says that he's used to, traveling using this route. He also has a documentation, but if their government considers reopening the borders, and then life will be easier for them. He says if he has money, he would come to live in South Africa. So those are the circumstances, those are the conditions that some of the people living in Zimbabwe are faced with. This truck will be collecting them. I'm told, Tammy, it will be taking them to the migration offices because it seems they have contravened the Migration Act, making use of the fence that has since been described as damaged to go in and out of South Africa. We saw many of them earlier this morning. Some of them go out to seek job opportunities. In fact, if you look closely at some of the people that are arrested here, some have got money because they've worked in South Africa and are able to go back home to feed their families.
Certainly, Linda, it does sound like an issue of survival here. Now, you mentioned that they are being taken away and taken to the deportation center. What actually happens to them after that? But before you answer it, just to keep in mind as well for you at home that we are covering the entirety of the opening up of the borders. We have our reporter Nasipi Same, who is standing by for us in Cape Town, and she'll be joining us shortly as well to give us an update as to exactly what's happening in the mother city. Now back to you, Linda. What is their fate from henceforth?
We're told that this is the repatriation process will start from here. Right now they are arrested and they'll be taken to that migration office, and then from there they'll start the repatriation process, the deportation process, where they'll be taken to Zimbabwe, inside Zimbabwe. Earlier on we saw another lady who was not so lucky when the SANDF spotted some of them going into the truck, going into rather the fence, crossing the border in the morning, going back, carrying luggage. She unfortunately wasn't so lucky. She was also arrested and had to go through the same process where she was taken, her details were taken, and then she was put behind the van where she would be taken to, that migration office. We're seeing some of them here. We're not going to show you their faces. They're taking them out. I'm going to just step to this particular side where you'll get to see some of them coming out of this truck. What I'm seeing inside, I'm seeing also women and a lot of luggage that they are carrying, a lot of things that they say they are selling. What I also saw amongst those who were sitting under that tree and are arrested was, of course, the issue around goods like nappies, Tammy, which they also say they sell back in Zimbabwe. If they come back, if they stay in Zimbabwe with the current situation, which is exacerbated by COVID-19. What exactly are they going to eat? So these are the circumstances of the people that are living in Zimbabwe. And when it comes to South Africa, the issue around the management of borders then comes into questioning. Traveling issues, of course, also, and migration issues come into play here in terms of the policies that are implemented, because on a daily basis it would seem SANDF members are making arrests. This, of course, is not the first time that they are traveling. A lot of them travel on a daily basis. Like you heard from that gentleman, they're saying, well, it's not my first time. I live in Beitbridge. So it seems that he is quite used to it. There are also, ringleaders, people who are said to know the area, going and accompanying those who are first-timers when it comes to traveling between Zimbabwe and South Africa. Those are the ones that are being paid to accompany people into South Africa. It's back to you, Tammy.